Hi, I'm Stacy from ConstructConnect. I'm joined by Kelly Doran, Senior Director at Mass Design Group. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
So you took part in the architectural roundtable, and a lot of the conversation centered around rapid growth in urban environments and meeting that challenge. How would you say today's architects are stepping up and rising to the challenge?
To speak to the context of the work or where we practice, so I'm based in Rwanda in East Africa, a part of the world that's experiencing, the fastest growth right now in the world. And I think the way that we're trying to grapple with this growth and the pace of it is to really understand what are the outcomes of growth, like what does it mean as an architect. So when you think about it, the obvious things are housing, hospitals, schools, infrastructure, and how can we be working with government and with developers and the other people who are building these cities to be thinking about it in a way that is inclusive and takes into account all of the people that are in the city and not the few.
So you say you work in Rwanda. Can you think of an example of a project maybe that you've worked on or not, or even here in Canada that you feel sort of exemplifies having met that need for accommodating rapid growth?
Yeah, I think the growth is inevitably going to happen, and it happens informally in a lot of the cities that you see in, say, developing contexts. I'd say the projects that we've been involved in that have been, I'd say, catalytic or have even helped rapid growth bolster itself or become more sustainable or healthier is a lot of our school and healthcare work. Building a hospital in a neighborhood that didn't have one or in a community that never had one. We've seen that the economic results of this, just building a district hospital well enough, as a town has built around it. A town of 50,000 is now 300,000 around one building and all the people that have to come to it for health services, and that has an economic impact as far as all the other things that come on around it: hotels, hostels, restaurants, gas stations, etc. So, yeah, oddly enough, healthcare can be a kind of anchor for rapid growth and development.
Can you think of any emerging design trends or technologies that you feel are going to continue to push the way when it comes to helping to accommodate for rapid growth and densification in big cities?
Yeah, I think it's certainly in a resource limited setting, again where we work. It's a mix of the technological silver bullet that people look for, like what is going to be the cheap new material that comes out. I think that's half of the equation, and the other half is to really think about how is labor, how is employment a part of this answer as well. And I think it's like a fundamentally different context to, say, the North American construction industry. It's the opposite. Labor is the cheap thing, materials are the expensive part. So how can you marry kind of technology and limited skill sets or a low skill labor force in construction to leverage the opportunity, the amount of capital that's going into a building, and to spread it as far as possible.
Very, very fascinating. Thank you so much for stopping by and sharing your intel with us. And be sure to check out this video and much more from Construct Canada